welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I have another fun video planned for you guys. I have the lovely Sophia with me. She is someone who works for me. I've always found her to be so striking. So I thought let's do a little transformation. All my girls were so excited. I think everybody wants to be up next one by one. We got rid of the hair on her face. As you can see in the before pictures, there was baby hair on the face, and her eyebrows had to be done, upper lip, etc. So you can see immediately how clean the canvas looks once you remove hair from it, because that's another thing that I constantly again debate with clients sometimes, because I feel like hair can sometimes come in the middle of making your makeup look nice and smooth. So we did that, we gave her a little facial, hair's been done. So it's going to be a full-on transformation here today, and I want to do like a plummy kind of an eye on her, because she's got a green eye. Also want to celebrate her caramel kind of color. She's got this lovely golden caramel color that I really want to make like kind of alive with makeup. We already did a facial in the day for her. You can see how lovely her skin is looking, nice and clean and lovely. I'm going to go ahead and kind of spray this dewy set. Band karna baba. Right? I'm going to just spray that on her face. Turn karna thoda sa. And I'm going to first start off with some concealer in NW40 and apply it on her eye. So this is a Zoosh, I think, contouring brush, if I'm not mistaken. Band karna aanko. I'm just going to use the smaller edge of it to just buff this color onto her eye. We also did her eyebrows. I wanted to create a nice shape but also keep it very nice and thick on her brow. So I'm going to go ahead, use some Huda Beauty Warm Brown Obsessions, and I'm going to use the darker color from here and just give it a little bit of shape. I always finish, as you guys know if you've been watching my videos, I finish the brows properly in the end. Just giving it general shape right now. Feathering that color to keep the brow defined but soft. Right, so I'm going to go ahead now and take my trusted dip down gel eyeliner, which you all know I love, and I'm going to build color on the top of her eye. Right, so creating a wash of that color, working with it quickly. I'm also going to use dip down to create a slight edge. She had a little bit of a gap here in her brow, so I'm going to just fill that in with dip down, which I do sometimes when I want to go slightly on the edges, want to fill in a gap that needs more color than just the powder. Then I'll go in with my gel eyeliner to do that as well, so just in the corner there. And now I'm going to go ahead and apply from the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette. I'm going to use this one, Off Balance it's called, this pinkish color, and I'm going to start applying it in the crease a little bit. So I'm just building color there. And then I'm going to take this color called Hot Mess from the same palette and start building it in the center. So building it on top here, create this really plummy, matte kind of an eye. Going back and forth because you want to blend that color well. Now I'm going to go ahead and take some of the Nefertiti from the Desert Dust palette. So I'm going to take this goldenish kind of a color and mix it a little bit with Celestial. So I'm just taking these two. I'm going to define her brow bone a little, and I'm just going to go over it immediately with my brush to blend. Now I'm going to go in with my dip down inside her eyes. Chhat ki taraf dekhna. Okay. So I've put some dip down inside her waterline, and I'm going to follow that from the Desert Dust palette. I'm going to say take some oud and amethyst, mix them, And I'm going to start building color under her eye. And just wipe around her eye area. ऊपर देखना. To see what shape I'm creating. So now I'm going to take oud and I'm going to go closer to her eye. And then I'm going to come in with the warm brown obsessions and take this two darker colors here and start building some darkness around that lash line. I'm also going to take some of my dip down, and this is the Morphe E36 brush that I'm taking it with, and I'm going to apply some of this on the lash line also. खोलना आप आँख को, बंद करना. Now I'm going to take some black track and also blend around the lash line to just make that area slightly darker. I took excess pigment off my brush by just dabbing it on my. Right, so now I'm going to go over this yet again with my darker color from the warm brown obsession. Right, so I'm going to just go back in with this dark color here, and I'm just adding now darkness to the corners. And I'm going to add some more of this gorgeous amethyst color to the center of the eye now. And I'm going to dab my brush just slightly into this Pat McGrath palette. So I'm just going to take these two tones from the Pat McGrath palette and I'm going to add a little bit in the center, but in a diffuse manner. Hence I'm using a fluffier brush. Just some bud with a cleanser. I'm just going to take it off from the edges. ऊपर देखना अब आँख खोल के. So now I'm going to take some Korean lashes here. They don't really have a number. I'd gotten them from an exhibition I'd gone to. So they had samples there and they're really nice and soft. नीचे देखना. Because she's younger, I want her to have a softer lash. नीचे देखो. पलक इतनी नहीं झपकनी है ना. सामने देखो, नीचे देखना. So I'm just going to wipe around that area. I also love to use some Bioderma hair on a bud just to clean the eye. And I want to go slightly stronger with these two colors with a flat brush. नीचे देखना. And with the dry bar, I'm just going to clean around the inner corners a little bit. Just blend, clean. And now I'm going to take some black track and go inside her eye. ऊपर. So now I'm going to take the darker two tones from the warm brown obsession and I want to start creating slight more darkness here around that gorgeous kind of a purpley plum pinky color. I want to create darkness because she's got a lighter eye and this golden skin that I really want to play up. I think it's going to look just stunning. So just blending more of that. नीचे देखना फिर से. So building color there. And use that pinky plum. ऊपर देखना. Also in the inner corner a little bit. Just pronounce it a little bit. Just blend it with the bud. Just clean around it. ऊपर देखो फिर से. So now in the bottom, like lower lash line, I'm going to use this darker color. ऊपर देखना. And blend it. And I'm also going to blend it on the top lash line, on top of the lash, where the lash connects to the eye also, to kind of cover that strip a bit, open. Now I'm going to just go in with my bourgeois eyeliner. नीचे देखो, आँख खोल के. Cleaning. It's the first time she's getting professional makeup done, so I can understand that it's hard to follow through. Just going to create that line on her eye. Right, so I just made her change into her finished outfit. I wanted her to wear a grey dress with it actually, to go with that plummy purpley eye. So I'm going to go back in with my Huda Beauty Obsession palette now. Take the darker color. Ab band karna aankhon. I'm just going to brush this color over the liner softly. I'm going to take away the black a bit, open. Right, and I want to start working on her skin now. So I'm going to go ahead and take some Pore Professional Primer from Benefit because she has a few pores on her T-zone that I want to flatten. And the rest of her face generally has great skin. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm using the Dior Universal Highlighter. And I'm going to mix some tone Y455. So I'm going to take a little bit of that and I'm going to mix that with Y422. And I'm going to mix that with a smidge of Y513. So on my palette, it's going to look kind of like that. I'm going to go ahead and mix all of that and start applying on her face directly. I'm going to use my sponge. She's got baby skin right now, so I'm going to use less foundation, just buff it into her skin. And I've mixed a color that's going to complement that caramel tone in her skin because she's got such gorgeous golden skin. And again, it's winters, a lot of people wear high neck, so you still want to do makeup, but I tend to want to always tell people to wear the outfit and then try to do the makeup so you don't really go under, because otherwise you actually get a lot of the clothes dirtier rather. I mean, they still kind of smudge even when you're doing makeup like this on a high neck, but I feel if you've done your entire neck and then you wear a high neck, it makes a bigger mess. So I'm going to go ahead, just buff that into her skin. And then I'm going to take a smaller brush and the same mixture. I'm going to go closer to her eye. So I'm just gonna buff that a little bit. And then I'm gonna go in with my NW45 actually on her Prolong Wear Concealer, and I'm gonna start contouring with that color. ऊपर देखना. Just gonna buff that in with my sponge. I'm also gonna go in her cleft a little bit. She has a strong cleft. I just want to pick on that. And then I'm going to take a dry bud and just clean swipe where the eyeshadow meets the foundation here. To blend that line a little seamlessly. And then I'm going to go back in with the foundation color. So I'm going to go a little stronger here on the cheek again. I'm just buffing. And then I'm going to take some of the, again, foundation mix that I had here, and I'm going to paint that in the center. And I'm also going to take some concealer. I'm going to take deep concealer here, a little bit of Tarte Shape Tape, and literally a dot of the medium honey. I'm going to mix those to just make a slightly lighter color for the bridge of the nose. And blend it with the darker color. Also use the lighter color on the edges. So now I'm going to take the softer color from the same palette and also draw in the front of her brow a little bit. I don't like going very dark on the front. I feel you start to look a bit, the face starts to look very harsh. So I'm doing it with slightly softer color to feather that. So I'm going to use some of my mascara. Just look up, upar dekhna. So I'm going to use this bubblegum pink on her cheek by this color, from this Color Studio Professional palette. Smile. Smile karna zor se beta. हाँ, ऐसे smile करते हैं. Nice. And I'm going to use some of this golden tone from the Pat McGrath palette on her cheek. So I'm going to use some of this. Smile karte rehna. Because you want to pick on the golden tones from her skin. Slightly on the tip of her nose. and on her lip here. So on her, I didn't create contrast with the concealer as such. She doesn't really need it. Like I said, she's got young, beautiful skin. So I want to just keep it more, the foundations that I used on her, I wanted to just use that under the eye and just keep it more minimal on the face, not do too much highlighting, contouring. Although I did go stronger with the contours because she's got this lovely bone structure. Now I'm going to go ahead and use some burgundy lip pencil. We're going to go over this lip pencil all over her lip. Stretch karna lip ko, smile karte hain. So on the burgundy, I applied Fenty's Uncuffed, which is another really great color, diverse color. And on that, I've mixed a lot of the MAC Brave lipstick, which is a beautiful, it's like a muted pink. It's one of my favorites as well. And it's a lovely pink that is not really, it's almost like a, like a nudie, plummy pink. And I think this was just the perfect combination with this eye. And on top, I'm going to mix just a little bit of Butter Peach by Zoosh. It's a liquid lip. So just in the center, to create some dimension, I'm just going to very lightly blend that just to give it dimension. So now I'm going to take some Kat 1D Shade and Light and I'm going to use the darker contour color, and I'm just going to pump up those contours on her because again I want to really highlight that gorgeous bone structure and bronze her up. Again, the whole point of this look, especially the colors I chose, was to really kind of celebrate her skin color, which unfortunately we mostly shy away from, but look at just how gorgeous that color is. Just stunning, amazing. I feel whenever I do makeup on golden skins, the makeup just really pops so much more. Band karna aap aankh ko 1 minute. I'm going to use some of my dewy setting spray here. What I really wanted to do even with the channel, and I know a lot of you have been asking for more golden toned beauties because of COVID. It's been hard to work with a variety of models, also because I was working with people that I was close to or I was comfortable with. I knew they were following protocol, but slowly and steadily we were building our library on YouTube. Now we have more extensive tutorials, proper master classes that you can also buy on our video on demand platform for those wanting to learn in depth. But I really love that I got to play with gorgeous Sophia's face today. I think she just looks absolutely stunning. You realize why it is that so much of our beauty is celebrated the world over. You know, the skin tone here is just gorgeous. That is what I wanted to play against, and the plum tones on her eyes, on her lips, just gorgeously are doing that. Love the dark hair. She's got those light eyes that are working so beautifully with the colors on her face as well, the tones on her skin. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. For everybody who's been asking for deeper toned makeup, we're going to be bringing you lots more, a lot of variety of different tones, different makeups. In the meantime, please like, share and subscribe. It helps us build our channel furthermore. Keep telling us what you want to see. Please comment below in the comment box. Let me know what you thought of this tutorial, what all do you want to see, so that we keep bringing them to you. See you very soon for my next tutorial. Goodbye.